So it's time for TT's wedding. Eric feels betrayed by Lazy Bone. Twist got a girlfriend. Jojo and Tanis is faking it for the cameras. And Brianna just might get her a one night stand at this good wedding. Child, let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of Growing Up Hip Hop. Okay, I did not do a review on Growing Up Hip Hop last week because I was out of town in Atlanta celebrating my birthday, but I did watch the episode while I was there. Wasn't feeling it. So I decided not to even review it because what the original plan was, since I didn't review it, I was going to put both episodes on the same video. But I just felt like that last episode really wasn't worth it, me making this review longer than what it needs to be. But this episode that came out tonight really wasn't all that either. But, since I hadn't reviewed the show, I said I'm going to go ahead and do the right thing and say the right thing and whatever. And I believe this video going to be very, very short, okay? But before we get into this review, let's get into what we got to promote. Let's get into it. And that was promotion from my up-and-coming shows that will be coming right here to Scotty by Nature TV. The first one is the third season of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. It will be dropping this spring. We will be covering The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we will be covering Basketball Wives whenever it comes out. And it will star myself, Terrence, Josiah, Yocrates, Really BTV, and Simply Sakina. But we will also be adding in Brandy Chanel as a seventh panelists on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. The other show that you saw was The Influence, which features my cousin Reggie, who you guys know as my cousin, who was on the Whether You Like It or Not panel as a pop-up guest last time. So he'll be doing a whole column with me this time. It'll be coming out sometime in March, no later than April. And it's going to be a 10-episode show. It's going to be centered all around music, so be prepared for that. And also, Roasted Review will be coming back. The show, the standalone panel that Terrence, Josiah, and myself did when we talked about Portia's Family Matters. This time around, we'll be talking about Candy and the Gang, and we'll also be talking about Love and Marriage Transville. So be on the lookout for all of these things. So yes, I got a lot coming up for my channel. I'm trying to do the best thing that I can to keep it moving, keep it going up, okay? So let's get right on into these notes. Like I said, I don't see this review being that long because Grown Up Hip Hop just not giving it. It's not giving it at all. I'm very much so disappointed with this season. I was very excited that it was coming back, but I'm just not, it's not giving me nothing. It's not. So it's 3 days before the wedding. And Sean is being rude to TT as he always is. Sean really ain't here for this wedding stuff. Sean ain't here for it. I feel like Sean would have been fine with getting married at a courthouse, let alone planning a whole wedding, making everybody get vaccinated, doing all this crazy mamma jamma stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he's not concerned about anything in regards to this wedding. And a lot of you guys be trying to get all up in your feelings when we say Sean act like he don't want to get married because obviously they're married now. When we say Sean don't want to get married, we say he acts like he don't want to get married because that's the way he acts. He do be acting like he don't want to get married. We didn't say that he didn't love TT. We didn't say that he didn't want TT. He's annoyed with this wedding stuff, and it's painfully obvious to me. He's very annoyed with this with this wedding stuff, and y'all know it. So I don't understand why some of y'all be getting all up in your feelings when we say that man act like he don't want to get married. At the end of the day, no matter how y'all feel about it, he do be acting like he don't want to get married, and that's just the truth. He do be acting like that. So let's just stop it with that. He act like he don't want to get married, but like I said, it's not more so about TT than it is about this wedding. Because I feel like he's the type of dude that don't care about no wedding. Because I know if I were to get married, a wedding, I would not care about it. Me personally would not want no big ass wedding. I would only want people that's the closest to me. I would want some of my YouTube colleagues at my wedding. Like, I don't need all this big ass shit for no wedding. I just don't. You don't have to have a bunch of folks that's probably there that's not even happy for me at all. Because it'll be some family members that won't be at my damn wedding. Okay, so it is what it is. So beginning to Jojo, Vanessa, and Angela, okay? Jojo reveals that him and Tanis are having issues, and I'm over it. I'm over this whole storyline between Jojo and Tanis. I feel like they're not really having no issues for real. They're doing whatever they can to have a damn storyline because it's really petty to me. I feel like Jojo is being an asshole. Like, I cannot sit here and watch a whole nother episode of him constantly whining and complaining about Tanis not babyfying his ass, because that's really what this is. He's crying because he's not being babyfied by Tanis. He really need to go somewhere and sit the fuck down. Seriously, I'm tired of JoJo. Now, I actually like JoJo. Don't get me wrong. I think he's cute. He was super cute with his little red on today. He was super cute with that on. But and like I said, I like JoJo. But in this instance with this storyline, I'm not feeling JoJo. I'm not featuring JoJo. He's doing way too much right now, and I just think that boy, like, you mean to tell me that all of this is about her not catering to your every need like she Beyonce? You know, like, she's not turning your game on. She ain't brushing your hair and helping you put your do-rag on or giving you a full rub or want a manicure and all this other stuff that Beyonce was preaching about on Cater to You. Like, is that the reason why you feel like y'all having issues? I just think that you're not looking at it in her standpoint. She just had a baby. She's not feeling that confident. She said she wasn't feeling that confident. But because you're not getting what you want, you are upset. I get it. You're not being fulfilled right now. But this girl has openly told you she's not feeling confident. She's not feeling pretty. Most women that have babies the first few weeks, they are not confident. They got this extra weight from the baby. They're not okay with the way they look. They thinking about how they're going to lose the weight. Their body has changed. They're not feeling good. And you should know that. This is your second child with her, right? So you should know that. But instead, you want to be a typical man and be selfish and not even care about what this girl is feeling. I think that that's really ridiculous, JoJo. And like I said, I normally like you, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So then Angela decides to interject the conversation and say that she wants to freeze her eggs and put them away until she finds a man. And Jojo and Vanessa looking at her like, "What are you saying?" She said, "I do want another child, but I don't want to have a child with someone that's not my man. I don't want to have a child with someone that's not my husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that." And so it was kind of like, okay, so what are you saying? You know what I mean? Jojo and Vanessa were just laughing at her ass because they was like, "You seem like a one child person." But Angela do seem like a one child girl. Like, she don't look like she would be the type of person to want to have some more kids. And that's just my opinion. I don't feel like she would have no more kids, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just where we at with it, child. It's just like, she's saying that she wants another baby, but she rather just push it off to the side until she gets herself together. Because she said her son is asking for another sibling, but she's like, we can't have another sibling right now because your mama ain't got no man. So that's why we can't have no sibling right now. So she's actively trying to find a man and all this other stuff. And they was like, well, why don't you hook us up? And Vanessa and JoJo said, girl, we ain't finna hook you up so we cannot have no more friends. Girl, bye. And I don't blame them because Angela look like the type of girl that's very picky and will run a man off. I am just saying. Cause honey, she'll run me off, and I ain't even into women like that. So it is what it is. So next up is Eric. Okay, now Eric is at the barbershop. He's getting himself shaped up. Okay, and these two guys, the only dude's names that I remember was Big A. Okay, so they come in and they start talking about this documentary that Eric wants nothing to do with. And Eric was like, it's all these conspiracy theories in regards to my father's death. And I just feel like people just need to stop and leave it alone. I feel like people need to just deal with the fact that my dad left the way that he did. It's not going to bring my dad back. And I just feel like all these people are in it for the wrong reasons. And I totally agree with that. I feel like they are all in it for the wrong reasons. And I think people are missing the big picture. Like, Easy E been gone for over almost 30 years now. So I feel like they need to leave it alone. Like, if you knew how he really died, where were you years ago? Like, why are you trying to put it out here now? Like, it just comes across like people are really trying to use this thing as a money grab. That's how it comes across. And I believe that is the reason why Eric don't want nothing to do with it. And I don't blame him. I won't want nothing to do with it either. But then Big A was like, I was looking at the documentary and I was seeing people that was very close to him in it, and I looked and I see that Lazy was in it. And then Eric was like, "For real? I just got done. How did I just get done talking to Lazy?" And he in the documentary. Like, I was just at, and then the dude was like, "For real? You just got through talking to Lazy about it?" And Eric was like, "Yeah, like I was sitting there, we was sitting there talking about it. Like, we was at my dad's graveside, and I was telling him how I felt about the documentary and how I had wanted nothing to do with it. And he was comforting me and doing all this other stuff. But then he didn't even bother to tell me that he was in a documentary himself. Mm, 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 mm. Messy. Okay. That's all I got on that. That is all I got to say about that. So, yeah. So it looks like Eric is now upset with Lazy now because Lazy was sitting up there comforting him, sitting up there talking to him, and not even tell him that he was a part of the documentary. Maybe Lazy felt as though them talking about him being a part of the documentary was not the right time while they was standing up there at that grave site. But at the same time, it's like, if you knew you was gonna be a part of the documentary, why not come to Eric and let him know, okay, bro, because y'all claim y'all brothers and shit. So it's like, okay, bro, listen, I'm gonna be a part of this documentary. They reached out to me. I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna do this. I'm just letting you know ahead of time so you won't find out no other way. Because look, that's exactly. But look how he found out. He found out a whole nother way. How you in a documentary and you not tell him? That's crazy, Lazy Bone. That's really crazy. So then Tyran comes in, and it's just something about me seeing Tyran on my screen. Tyran is a handsome guy. Tyran just brings in all of this positive energy, and I think that's the reason why I love him so much. Like, he needs a bigger role in the show. They start talking about Egypt and Pepper not being at the wedding. And Sean was like, I personally feel like they should have buried the hatchet, or they should have made amends, or they should have gotten together as a family, but they're all grown people. Like, Peppa is a grown ass woman, Egypt is a grown ass woman. If they really wanted to come and make things right, they could have done that. And then Tyran said, shit, I told my mother, just show up. Just show up at the wedding. Just show up. And Sean was like, no. And I was like, yes, Tyran, no. Why would you tell Pepper to do that? It's pretty obvious that TT didn't invite her ass for a reason. So it's like, what gives? What gives, because Tyran was like, Egypt and Sam were asking me, what are you doing this weekend? And he was like, well, I'm headed off to Florida to go to TT and Sean's wedding. And they both was like, oh, well, have fun or whatever. So it's obvious that there's some hurt feelings behind them not being at the wedding. But my thing is, what did you expect though? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, Egypt and Sam, well, not really Sam, but Egypt is sitting up here saying that she feeling some type of way and all this other stuff, and how she never would have thought that they would be in the place that they're in. But y'all are in a place that y'all are in, Egypt, because of the fact that you put y'all there. Honestly, you did. Because you decide to get with this dude and he ain't nothing. You decide to get with this broke bum dude, and it's just like, bro, like, it is what it is. Like, you did this to your relationship with TT. You did that. And you don't have nobody else to blame but yourself, because you did it, bro. You did it. So, it's like now, because I know the last few episodes, she's been talking about her relationship with TT and how she wished that they were on the right page. But it's pretty clear where you decided to be at. You chose to be with Sam. Someone is going to get your ass in a world of trouble. And that's what it is. And like I said, like I've been saying, I don't blame TT for not inviting them to their wedding. Because like I said, it's going to be some family members. Whenever I ever get married, it's going to be some people that I love, and some family members would not be at my motherfucking wedding. Unless you were very close to me, you would not be at my wedding. Sometimes it don't even matter if you blood or not. They could be the same folks that's sucking out your energy, like, straight up. That's how I feel. So yeah, but I understand Tyran's position. He wants them to get, he wants his family back, but Your mama and your sister got to make that right. Your mama and your sister got to make that right because they chose Sam. Once they chose Sam, it was a done deal. They chose Sam. They believed everything he said about TT, and that's just that on that and facts on facts. So you got to take that up with Egypt and Pepper. So next up is Vanessa, Tanis, and Dirt Cheap, aka Aaliyah. So Tanis was like, "Well, I'm going to TT's wedding. Are you going?" And then Vanessa was like, "Well, I had every intention on going, but I'm not going now. TT changed the wedding date so many times, and now I'm doing a play and work calls, and I got to make this money, so I can't make it to her wedding. I really want to be there, and I'm trying to figure out a way that I can make it up to her. You know what I'm saying?" And I saw a whole lot of people on Twitter pretty much, giving Vanessa some fever because she won't be at the wedding. But I mean, she tried to be there, and TT kept on changing these dates around, and people got jobs. Like she working on a play, like she doing her acting gigs and shit like that. She gotta get her paychecks too, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't no disrespect and it ain't no personal stuff with TT. It's just that bitch, I gotta go get my money, and that's just what it is. So I don't see no wrong with it. She tried, she couldn't make it. It is what it is, but she did say she'll try to make it up to her, and that's it. So Dirt Cheap says that she wasn't invited. And I'm just like, well, girl, are you and TT even friends? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you and TT even friends? So what makes you think that you would get an invite to her wedding? First of all, I wouldn't want to invite you anyway because you ain't gonna look worth a damn. Like you gonna come to the girl wedding looking like you came fresh out of rainbow. You gonna dress up like you just came out of rainbow. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody want you at their damn wedding. You're declassing her wedding. That's what you gonna do. So nah, don't nobody want you there. But I'm sorry. I know it seems like I just completely go in on Dirt Cheap all the time, but Dirt Cheap really just irks me. Like I just don't like her. Like I don't like Dirt Cheap at all. She reminds me of something off Arthur, the cartoon. Rest in peace to Arthur, the cartoon, because it's canceled. The show is canceled after all these years. But yeah, I don't like Dirt Cheap at all. Mm-mm. So then Tanis starts sharing her marital issues, and I'm like, so y'all just gonna keep on going with this weak ass, fake ass storyline, huh? Like y'all really have issues in y'all marriage. Y'all not having no goddamn issues. Stop playing with me. Y'all not having no issues for real. Stop. Y'all doing this for a storyline, okay? But Denise was crying and stuff, and Vanessa, even though Vanessa was defending Jojo, at the same time she still sympathized with Tanis. And I definitely understood that. And I was glad that she still gave her a little grace because sometimes these girls, they'll defend their brothers as if their brothers don't do no wrong, but and try to make the woman feel bad. But in this instance, that didn't happen. So shout out to Vanessa for not making her feel bad for having feelings about her marriage. Dirt Cheap started sharing her struggles with Eric and how she felt about what he does in the industry and all of this other stuff. And Tanis was saying, we had those similar struggles when we first got married too. And she was like, I don't want to lose my husband. I just don't want to lose him. And I'm like, girl, you ain't gonna lose him because y'all ain't have no issues. Y'all not having no issues, girl. Y'all are doing this for storyline. Stop playing with me. So then Lazy Bone comes over to talk to Eric. Eric confronts Lazy about being a part of the documentary. And, Eric feels like, you my big brother. I talk to you about a lot of stuff. I look up to you, you sitting up there comforting me. And you're not even going to tell me that you are a part of the same documentary that I didn't want nothing to do with. So, Lazy pretty much felt like the same, I just felt like it really wasn't nothing for me to tell, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying that he feels betrayed by Lazy, but Lazy was like, betrayed? Like he didn't understand why Eric would feel betrayed. And I'm not saying that he don't have a right to, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like Eric may be going overboard with this, but at the same time, I think I still feel his point that because of the simple fact that what's his name, that Lazy was sitting up there comforting him about this whole situation, and talking to him about that whole situation, but yet you know what I'm saying, he didn't tell him that he was a part of the documentary. But from what I hear, you was a part of the documentary too at one point in time. So why are you sitting up here acting like you had nothing to do with it or you didn't want to be a part of it yourself? Like you was sitting up here promoting it too. And for you to say that you don't want no parts of it, you keep talking about it. So I don't understand why you even making this thing about lazy and calling him trying to say that he betrayed you. Cause girl, you was a part of it too, Missy Erica. You were. So Eric just wants something to do, child. So Jojo, Tanis, Brianna, and Twist, they arrive for the wedding. Twist brings in his girlfriend. He seemed to be in love, I guess. Jojo and Twist, I hate it. Like Twist with them goals in his mouth. I can't stand all that. You know, I can understand like a gold on the side or something like that, but your whole mouth full of golds, I hate that. Oh my god. But anyway, they start talking about marriage and shit like that, and Twist talking about he just might want to get married one day and all this other stuff. Twist, I believe it when I see it, child. So then TT and Sean, they go ahead and they depart. Brianna is up there with the rest of the girls, and Brianna goes downstairs to talk to Sean, and she was like, I love you for my friend. I love you. I know you don't know me, and I don't know you either, but I love you. He said, I know you crazy, but at least you 100 about it or whatever. And then there's TT's cousin Chris, and it looks like Brianna might have a one night stand on her hands. And to be honest, I don't blame her because I would have slept with him too. I'm just saying. Um, Tanis gives TT some advice about marriage and talking about the arguments and how they hit differently and everything else, like because of the simple fact that she's going through what she's going through with JoJo. But then TT starts freaking out when it's time for the wedding rehearsal because it's raining and she don't want to get married under a tent. But baby, this is what happens when you get married in a location like that and you don't know what the weather gonna be like. You always gotta be prepared for plan B. And this just might have to be your plan BTT. Get over it. But with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty. This is my review on Growing Up Hip Hop. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. Also, my Twitter and my IG will be down below. If you want me to follow you back on IG, because I do follow back there, be sure to hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Message Team Scotty. It lets me know that you're a part of the community, you're a part of the team, you're part of the Team Scotty family, and I would definitely follow you back. With that being said, you guys, your boy is out of here. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.